still. Karma King. I tell you, yeah, if I know I'm not going to actually show up, I'll just delete the live. But if I'm going to be late and I can't check, because sometimes they only give you like 2 times to change it, and then I won't let you change the time again. So you like, it'll let you update the time, but then after you do it, they won't let you change the time again. Weird shit. So usually, if I'm not going to show up, I'll just delete it. But I think every time I post it live, I usually showed up late as hell, but there's always, some shit. I don't even be meaning to be late on purpose, but, it's always some shit. But this is the time most people show up in the line. It's good. And of course, it's there. Let's see. King Torrance, Tyler, yeah. Appreciate y'all for waiting. That shit always shit be crazy. Y'all know. Life is a little hectic right now. Can't always step away when I want to. Get out here. Put them on like this. Yeah, we back. I had one of them. I had to eat. I was fucking rocked for a little bit. Fucking long day. Fucking neck hurt. Neck still a little fucked up. Damn, I feel good out here though. Dre, what's the deal? Yeah, Dre really 24/7. There's a bunch of loud motherfuckers out here now. Shit is all night. Casino going. Shows. There's always something. People just pulling up. Yeah, what's the deal? Hoop Daddy, of course. Thailandy King, greetings. Let's see, 16 people so far. East Coast, yeah, some of these guys showed up, but people got work in the morning. I used to get a nice amount of people. But Sunday, how Sundays go, especially if you're going to work. Gotta be to work on Monday. Sunday's a little tough. That first day of the week. First day of the week be crucial. Monday. Everybody hate Monday. Mondays be fucking crazy. It reminds you that you gotta start the whole fucking week over. And that's that rat race shit right there we're trying to avoid. Like, I used to fucking hate getting up for work. It's the worst shit ever when you fucking gotta get up for work. You just don't feel like it at all. Ain't not one bone in your body want to get out of bed, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Those days, those struggle days, those grind days, man. You should feel proud of yourself for doing what you got to do. Mondays be like that. Mondays is fucking tough. I don't miss that shit. I like having my freedom. You know what I'm saying? The freedom to just make that choice. Like, you can just fucking stay in the fucking bed all day if you want to, or We don't get much rain out here, but rainy days, I usually fucking call out. Let's see. Ruby still, Kim, what's up? Yeah, I play, I gamble here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty okay. You know, I do all right. I quit quickly. And that's the thing with gambling here. The trick to the slot machines, you got to put in at least like a 20 and up. I recommend like a 50 or 100, and depending on what casino you in, like the Bellagio or Caesars or like a high-end casino, it'll let you win for a while. And that's how it goes. It'll let you win for a while, and then you got to know when to quit. So you put in $100 bill, you probably could come up to like probably win like 300 and some change. But people be looking for those thousands, and that's how they get you. As soon as you start seeing those little things that you can get thousands, and you see how easy you be winning, next thing you know, you at zero. You just gotta know when to quit. You put in $100 bill and you up like 300, walk away. Cash out, and just put like another 50 in. Then you up. You got that cash in your pocket, you up. It depends on, like, you gotta know when to quit. But table games, I play some roulette, some blackjack. Poker, I don't really do poker too much. I'm still learning. Let's see. Papa Lance still. D nice. Hoop Daddy, what's the deal? Yeah, there have been a lot of winners here recently at the airport, because those slot machines are due. So in the just this year alone, I think we had like $4 million, multi-million-dollar winners in the airport. I know a woman won like 3 million, a guy won like 1 million, another dude won like 3 million. It's been crazy. Probably like a couple of weeks ago, somebody won a couple million there. So the airport been like the spot to hit. Anthem, of course, research on Flower of Life. Merkabah. I go in on that in a couple of videos we get into Flower of Life. I'm always talking about Malakut. Yeah. I always talk about the Kabbalah, the Kabbalion, Flower of Life. I mean, that's how you can really understand this reality that we're in. You start to understand consciousness, expanding itself, the whole concept of it, and moving, and then all those movements to give you a pattern, and in those patterns you find everything, the Fibonacci sequence, a lot of crazy math problems end up popping up in that pattern. Guy won 500,000 at Little Caesars. Little Caesars or Caesar's Palace? Little Caesars is the pizza place, right? Yeah. It's not chiseled. in Kemet. It's like laser inscribed. It's one of the wonders of the world. They can't figure out how the fuck it was done. It's like laser inscribed on the fucking wall there. It's another thing they don't talk about that much. It's actually a bunch of things that's like laser inscribed in some of the stones in Kemet that they don't. It's like a wonder, a mystery. They don't know how the fuck it got there. The flower of life is one of them. Caesar's Palace. Yeah, Caesar's Palace. Yeah, that's crazy. That happened to a couple people before that. They warn you if you win as a result of a machine malfunction, they won't pay you. Yeah, it's like some type of shit. I know they'll comp you, they'll give you something, but yeah, it happened to a few people where they thought they won and they really didn't. They didn't get their money. It's just fucked up. That shit happened to me. No reason how. Especially for $500,000. Blood moon. Nightmares mean your subconscious is trying to tell you something. Johnny Brown, what's the deal? Yeah, if you still having nightmares, well, depending on how old you is, yeah, it's definitely something you gotta look into, figure out what that's about. Nightmares is something deep. If you're still having nightmares, you're scared of something. That's the fear that your subconscious wants you to deal with and address. That may not show you exactly what that is, but you gotta figure out what the nightmare is and what's in there that's pertaining to you that you need to deal with. Ooh, that's a nightmare? Then yeah, I mean, if that's something you don't want, that's something you better, nightmare about having kids, then you definitely don't want it. Something you gotta step away from. Think about or rethink. Sorry, I'm just fucking getting on here at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, just close to weird shit. Appreciate it, Johnny. Let's see. Yeah, Kim, that's what we're talking about for Merkabah Scholar Society. That's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking trips with that group, the society, and those are the people I would feel comfortable with taking trips with, because once we get to that point, we would have got through a lot of information by that time, and definitely we're gonna be taking trips. So that's part of it. Somebody asked what the Merkabah Scholar Society is about. Excuse me. And it's about, I've talked about it multiple times already. I won't get into it too much, but it's really exactly what it sounds like. It's a scholar society. It's about pertaining ancient knowledge and wisdom, really understanding what the occult is all about. Um, really getting into a lot of esoteric teachings from people like Manly P. Hall and Helena Petrola Blavatsky, um, Alice Bailey. It's a lot of mystics. We definitely gonna get into a lot. I study mysticism a whole lot. That's where Merkabah comes from. It's Jewish mysticism. Mysticism is the key to everything that we do, and it's just like the hidden or the occult true meaning of what the ancient Egyptian wisdom is all about, what they put out. So basically, it's what the Masons and Shriners and a lot of these groups study deeply within their societies, and how they use that knowledge to basically go about their lives. And that's one of the things with Masonry and you being a part of that order and getting that information and how it's benefiting you, it helps you benefit society as well. So yeah, that group is the group I'll be taking to do trips with. We'll do trips and a lot more stuff. The Instagram and Facebook is out now. It's up. But it's going to be a lot more for Merkabah Scholar Society. As I said, I'm getting everything together to send out the emails with the NDA and all that. So yeah, one of the main things is you have to be willing to sign an NDA, which is a non-disclosure agreement, basically saying you're not going to talk about anything you talk about in the group, outside the group, with anybody that's not from the group or in the group. And the NDA is a real legal document, and it's legally binding. You got to sign it. So it's a lot with all that. And anybody who don't want to sign it or who's not really into this shit shouldn't join at all, because it might not be for you. Not everybody's going to be allowed in anyway. So, I already gave a bunch of people that know. If I feel like that shit don't feel right to me, a lot of these people I know. Information is easy to come by these things. People don't know. So yeah, it's a lot to it. But yeah, hold on. Let's look at that word. I'm not allowing everybody to join the page anyway. So for people who's already a member, who guys who've been who already purchased, you might as well go here, or everybody can go here. It's public for now, but a lot of these stories and all that shit is going to be it's going to be a close group and all that. But here it is. It's exactly what it says, Merkabah Scholar Society. You go on there, you'll see those pictures I was talking about. That if people saw, as other pictures as well, I'll share later in the group. Of me inside lodges and stuff like that. But here's one of them. It's the picture when here's one a lot of people didn't see. That's the rest of that shot. But there's some photos up there now. I just finished putting this up not too long ago. And from there you can connect to the Facebook as well. So we're gonna get that going, because I want to have as many social media outlets for it as well, because it's gonna make it easier for us to connect and get information out. But there's also going to be, you'll see the push notification feature to where you got to sign up for that, and you'll get that with the email. So we can I can send out alerts for when we have meetings or something coming up. You guys will get a push notification on your phone. It could be for stock reasons or any kind of reasons, or to just make sure you're not in a certain area. So it's gonna be a lot of cool shit, a lot of benefits to it. Black and Toasties, Las Vegas, West Coast. Australia. What's up, Colleen? Tom from England. We got a lot of international people popping up, but there's actually so many. I think what is it? It's a lot of international people that follow the page. You know, YouTube gives that demographic list. I think Texas is still number one as far as followers. YouTube, but then Cali's number two. But a lot of international people up there. I'm good, Tom. What's the deal? E-music. What's the deal? Supernatural. Supernatural to what point? I mean, we are supernatural when you really think about it. What's that light? What's the deal? Club rooms. Still a lot of people up here. All right. Rio, what's the deal? Root also living in England. Okay. I haven't been in a while. But England, yeah, it's tough to get sunlight over there. Every time I go there, it's always freaking dull. You know, the powers that be don't like that sun. Parking lot business. Excuse me, I was feeling that coming. Wait for it. All right, so yeah, I wanted to come on earlier and get into if anybody's seen the final Saturn Satan video or Black Moors, because I mean, a lot of people send questions and want me to answer these questions on live, but they never show up at the live with the questions, and I'll tell them in the email, hey, just come to the live. I'll make sure you show up to the live, and you know, I can answer the question on the live, but you know, for whatever reason, people don't show up. Yeah, I've given up on those Hebrews. A lot of people ask me about them. A lot of people want to see them come in and talk, but they're not going to come here and talk. They will want me to come to one of their lives and talk, so I can get, like, you know, excuse me, bombarded with a bunch of questions, which I'm game, but I haven't been sent any invites to any lives, and again, I don't want to like waste my time talking to, you know, put out a bunch of information to people, and it's gonna be like talking to a fucking wall, because they're not going to accept it no matter how much sense it makes. And you know, as I said, truth is different for everybody. You know, your truth may not be somebody else's truth, and 1 + 1 don't equal 2 for everyone, and that's where we part ways. You know, because if you can't comprehend simple, basic logic, then there's no point in having no discussion. But these guys still send emails, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we'll come and show up to the live, and they never show up. They're the one guy that show up, and then, you know, I basically crushed him, and that was it. Anubis, what's the deal? motherfuckers really got funny names up there too. Trooper Larry, you're talking about violating parole. What the fuck? People really ain't got no time. Peace. Oh man, yeah, those dudes ain't show up, man. Because like I said, at the end of the day, they talk a lot of people talk shit, but they don't be. They think they know so much that a person that they kick their little knowledge to is nobody going to know more. And plus, that shit makes sense to them, and they can't fathom somebody, having a good rebuttal for it. But then once you have a good rebuttal, and you ask questions they can't answer, they run. Because a lot of them guys are just regurgitators. They just regurgitating shit they saw on fucking YouTube or they heard that they felt like made sense, and they just regurgitated. This is why every single Hebrew bring up that damn Deuteronomy 28:68 shit, or just Deuteronomy 28 period, and I shut all that shit down by telling them Deuteronomy 28 is not the same in the King James Version as it is in all the older manuscripts. King James Version was written 1604, 1611. And then once that shit hit them, they'd be like, oh, that kind of kills everything right there. Slavery was already in full swing 1604, 1611. So of course they knew about the yoke of iron and everything that was happening to the slaves. The book was written during slavery. So of course they knew. So it's not a prophecy at all. So once a lot of people hear that, that'd be enough for them to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. And they walk, because it changes everything. It changes everything. Yeah, trolls are getting deleted. Weirdos at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, they got time to come in lives and just type dumb shit. And 50 Cent way more than me, by the way. I'm not as big as I look. Breaking the laws of e-music, breaking the laws of nature in what way? Like a lot of people say that, breaking the laws of nature, like going against nature, that's hard to do. That's something that's tough to do. Like you would have to be something, special to do that. I mean, you need a laboratory and shit like that. You want to be, messing with nature. D. Griff, yeah, that's the whole reason people be forgetting that. A lot of people got questions, and exactly, I answer all the questions in the videos because I understand the type of questions that people want to have. So when I do the videos, I make sure I address those. And it's like people don't fucking see the videos. They don't watch it for whatever reason. Like, come on here, and I'll be like, they ask about a certain thing, and I'm like, well, damn, I really crushed that question in this video. And I don't like to say that shit because then people think I'm just trying to get them to go buy a video. And I'm like, nah, if you've seen such and such video, like I really answer your question and then some. And you can get your question answered in that video and more, and then get a lot more insight. But a lot of people don't be watching all the time, so they still be stuck and lost because they can't watch. Yeah, that's the best thing to do, really. Just like rewatch the videos. A lot of those videos are deep, and I always recommend the ones I know that's more deep. I always say at the end, you should probably go back and rewatch because you missed something. Probably missed something. So that's really a good idea. Yeah, the Saturn Satan series is complex. Like, it's all over the place. It's so much in that. You know, we get into a whole lot. You know, Garden of Eden, Book of Enoch. You know, fucking extraterrestrial shit, all kinds of shit. We get into a lot. Um, I'm preparing for Metal Netter. Is a deep series too. I'm going to finish that. That's why I said I put out the rundowns because a lot of those series is going to get done. And preparing for Metal Netter is something that's deep that we're going to finish in the Scholar Society because it's a lot of information got to go into to make that make sense. But I can't do it on. I'm not going to do it and put it out for everybody. It's going to be that's deeper information I want to put out when we get to that point. It's just some things that's real complicated that I feel like if I gotta put out and teach, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's just something I don't want to go through spending that kind of time with, and I'm not going to get support for it. So this is why I'm going to save for that, and that way the right people will get that information. Valencia, what's the deal? I'm doing good. Appreciate it. Vote for Trump if you want to. The people really going into lives and saying that shit because you can hit a lot of people all at once. Vote for Trump. Like, we didn't see that shit already everywhere we drove or hear it. Like, you really think you're doing something hopping in people's lives saying vote for Trump? Like, stop it. You're wasting your time. It just goes to show you how brainwashed a lot of people is. A lot of people still are, man. It don't matter how much time go by, people still fall for the same shit over and over again. The same shit. Shit telling you, showing you right in your face that it's rigged and it's some bullshit. Trump fucking faked his fucking assassination attempt. Or wasn't even man enough to actually get hit by a fucking bullet. Come on, man. It's a coward. That video's coming out after I go through who's actually going to be in or not. So once we get to that point, then we'll get to the breakdown because it's not going to matter. Yeah. It's a lot of games you play that got so much hidden shit in it. It's one of the places where they hide a lot of esoteric shit is in video games. Which is why I was going to do the separate game channel, get into a lot of esoteric games that's out there. A lot of hidden jewels and gems in those games. And they talk about a lot of deep shit in a lot of video games. Yeah, it's a lot of videos like that I just like. I don't understand, man. This shit is like, it's tough because you can't put everything in the video, and it's like you don't want to go too far with certain information because it's a lot of other stuff you got to learn for it to make sense. And it's like stages and steps to it, but at the same time, like it's so much and it's so deep and there's so much to put out. Like you get frustrated, man. You don't want to give away that type of information or that much and go into something that's so deep and complicated, and it's not going to be appreciated or really understood. And I've already done that a few times with a few videos, and I'm like, man, like people ain't really get this shit, and it was a waste of my time. Like I said, it's frustrating. Sometimes I spend a week on the video, and I'm hyped, and I'm thinking, yo, they gonna love this joint. It's gonna get a lot of support. And then it's the algorithm, I know for sure. But then people don't even. I mean, look at Saturn Satan Final. Like Saturn Satan Final, not even 100 people bought that video. Not even 100 people. So it's like thousands of people bought the videos before, but for some reason, for the final one, it's like crickets. And I'm like, what? Y'all didn't see the fight? Like that's the best one. It's the deep. It brings it all together. So it be like that sometimes. It's frustrating, but like I said, I know what happened. I disappeared for a while, been back and forth for a lot of personal reasons and shit. But eventually people will get to it and they'll understand. It always happened that way. It takes a while sometimes, and then people start getting the videos and watching them. But that's a deep video. It's I killed that video. It goes in and it really ties everything together. So especially the whole aspect of Saturn, and you got to really think about it. All those guys they talk about in the Bible, a lot of people don't realize they talk about Saturn. Every single one of them. So God is telling the Hebrews to go out and kill these people for worshiping Saturn, which is telling you what? That's who they was really worshiping in the ancient world. And who is this God that's saying, hey, you should have no other gods before me. Go out and kill these gods or what have you. Where was you before? You understand? It's telling you that it's a new God. And when does this new God really start to insert himself? And it has to do with, first of all, one, in Africa. And two, it has to do with the so-called Jews, which we know as black people in Africa. So now all of a sudden you're inserting yourself in this situation. But of course the Bible goes into the beginning and creation and all this and that. That's all bullshit, the Noah's Ark story and everything, all metaphorical shit. But the first group of people we know, of course, is besides dealing with the Nephilim and all that shit, the people before the flood. But we see the main people, of course, is the Hebrews. But that's just giving you black people. So that God is basically, one, it's showing you it's the white man, when you really understand it. And also it's us. And also it's consciousness. It's deep shit. So much tied up in it. So when you look at it, and the story is, one, you come into these people and you're trying to say that they set apart, they different, and they basically your people, and they have this purpose and everything like that. That's to confuse you. But the main story and what they're doing is what you got to understand. One, they're going out and killing people and taking their shit. And as I say, it's exactly what the Greeks and Romans was doing. And it's parallel in that whole thing. And when it's showing all these tribes worshiping these different gods, it's just talking about the worship of Saturn that was really going on back then. And that these people had to basically get away from it. And what did they do? The same thing that happened in real life is they got rid of the worship of Saturn and replaced it with Judaism and Christianity. So that's all it's telling you. He's saying basically, hey, go kill these people so we can take their land and then worship me, as this God. But really, if it's a God before me, then what is that God? That it must be the true God, the more powerful God. What's going on. So all the story is giving you so much of what really happened than people really realize. And we broke that down in Saturn Sea. I don't know why people come here. Let's see, who is this one? Yeah, people fun. A lot of people be jumping in lives and I have no fucking idea what the channel is about. Let's see. Oh, Valencia, you late. This is about a whole lot. If your first time listening, then you probably shouldn't listen. This is it's a lot. I have over 1,000 videos on here, and then not to mention like 100 DVDs. So we get into a lot of esoteric information on here. So it's probably not. It's going to be confusing to understand what we're talking about. So we just really bouncing all over the place in these lives, and just talk about stuff that you will have to been around for to really understand. Yeah, no disrespect or anything like that, but it's just you're probably going to be super lost here if you haven't been here before. Yeah, Prometheus is a deep movie, man. I tell people make sure y'all watch that movie. They give you so many clues in that movie, man. And it's like I've been saying before. It's something created us. There's no way around that shit. I don't care what you believe in. It's proven fact. We are not a product of evolution. We didn't evolve from a bunch of fucking animals that crawled out of primordial fucking soup. And somehow we fucking evolved from, dinosaurs to apes to fucking birds to humans. Like, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. It's the fact that the genome sequencing that was done shows that we have a bunch of animal genes within us. That shows clearly something created this body, and then we're put inside the body. And Prometheus is giving you that whole thing of the body being created, something outside of this world creating humans. And then, of course, the question that's, talked about in the fucking movie is why? For what? What you create us for? And you put us here, forgot about us, and then try to destroy us? What's going on? It's just trying to create a different understanding of the meaning of life and what we're doing here, but also giving you clues as to the fact that we're not from here. That whole opening scene of Prometheus when you had the alien dude come down, and then he drank what's in there, and then, his fucking DNA just collapses, falls into the water, giving you that understanding of crawled out of the primordial waters or whatever. And then, you see the double helix strand being created, but that's fucking DNA right there. That's human DNA. That's not evolution. So it's still giving you the understanding it was created from something. But it's deeper than that, because that's just DNA. But the body still had to be created. It's the vessel, that's housing the soul. And that's why the ancient Egyptians, I keep talking about this the last few days, why the ancient Egyptians really, really talked about the body so much, as if they was fascinated. It was fascinated by it. They talked about it a whole lot, and they talked about it as if it was like a vehicle. And it's like, ooh, look what this brain can do. Look at what this body can do, or this can do that. Like, they knew what this was for, and it was like a toy. And they marveled at it, like, this is amazing feat, accomplishment. And we can now do this because we have these bodies. And that's how they basically was putting it. And like I said, man, it's a lot of shit going on. It's deep what's going on outside here. But we really don't have no, real clue. We can only speculate, but a lot of the clues we do have and the proof we do have lead you to a lot of different things that could possibly be going on. And every single one of them is just amazing. Yeah. I get that question a lot too, man. It just makes the most sense. I always tell people when the people who are believing in evolution, I get those guys a lot. And a lot of people want to believe that because some people who want to believe that we're a product of evolution and this planet belongs to us all, and the powers that be is playing some type of trick on us. There is no God, there's nothing out there. We basically just a speck in existence that is so small and insignificant that higher beings don't even recognize our existence. So they just leave us alone. The same way we leave fish at the bottom of the sea alone. Because we can't see them, they're nothing, they don't affect us at all, so why should we bother? And that's the dumbest shit I ever heard, even though it may sound intelligent to some people, just for the simple fact of fucking energy, consciousness, what we can do. There is no way, what we displayed on this planet, especially with the atom bomb, there's no way anything outside there that has any type of intelligence wouldn't recognize us at this point, plain and simple. It would be the same concept of fish creating fucking cars and fucking planes and spaceships and making atomic bombs. We would fucking notice that shit. And we would then say, hey, these fish are intelligent, we need to communicate with them. But yeah, as far as the evolution part with the primates, again, you're not seeing primates evolve. And then people answer to that is, oh, it takes millions and millions of years. Well, okay, well, we've been here billions and billions of years. So we still should be seeing this evolution take place. Why did it stop? If that's where we came from, these primates are still around, why ain't we evolving? Their answer to that is this, and the Smithsonian tells us this, and I showed you guys. Their answer to that is, one, well, we didn't evolve from primates. We share a common ancestor with primates. And that common ancestor is how we came to be. But they don't know what that common ancestor is. So that's the whole thing. But it's still like a head scratcher, because it's like, well, if y'all did a genome sequencing and y'all can give us the evolution chart after us or before us, if y'all know it was a missing link there, then y'all should know what it is. Because you should, if you don't know, you shouldn't be able to tell us everything after that missing link, because you never had its DNA to confirm what it is. So as I showed you guys on the evolution chart, when you get to Homo australopithecus africanus and alfarensis, is how can we go any further? They give us the missing link. They give us the Homo erectus and Asian Homo erectus and Homo heidelbergensis. We get freaking Neanderthal man or what have you, Homo sapiens. There's no way we should know that if we don't know what the missing link is. So it's crazy, it's deep. It's again, when you study the DNA of primates and humans, and I broke this down, you can see what happened when you know how to learn how to understand and read DNA, how our DNA is coded. And it's like, that's not a metaphor, man. It's literally like a fucking genetic code. We have, and we're gonna get into that, we have genetic codes that can be changed and manipulated to do absolutely amazing things. So again, when you think about it, the possibilities of what we can be is ridiculous. But our DNA is coded and it's locked. It's locked. So it's locked with basically a code that's set for us to be able to continue to grow. But it's locked. So it's like if we unlock it, then we have this potential to continue to grow. And what that does, who knows? So that's kind of what I get into in Lucy as I talk about. But for primates, their DNA at the end is like burnt off. And it's basically coded to stop evolution, meaning it can't go any further than what it is. That's it. So that tells you, one, if it was some type of evolution that was going off, something, think about that. Something stopped it. That's, like, come on, man. Y'all don't understand. Like, y'all really grasp what I'm saying? That's fucking all the proof you need right there. What the fuck has the power to code this fucking DNA and stop it from growing, from evolving, and to code ours in a way where it's locked? When did this happen? When did it take place? So it was like a halt in the evolution of humans. And that's when we get into with the out of Africa theory. Just like we just all of a sudden just woke up and started traveling and it started fucking repopulating the planet, right? That's why it gives you that in the Bible. Go be fruitful and multiply. You know, it's like something was one way at some point, something stopped that. And then started us all over again with a different code, right? Like a reboot. Like we're another version. You understand? And then boom, here we go. We're going off and we're doing everything we're doing. And then that was changed again, but not as deeply as the first time. So we have this DNA and it's coded and it's locked and there's supposed to be ways to unlock it. And that's what a lot of people have been trying to figure out for a long time. And I think they already know how to do it and what that's about, what the powers that be, and they keep that from us. Mount, we've been on here almost an hour. Yeah, lemurs have similar hands. Apes do as well. Chewy booger. What God created us? What God created us? So, like, if you want to call the beings that created the physical body that our soul inhabits God, I don't got a problem with that. I don't got a problem with that. But just say that. Don't say it's you're talking about some biblical God or some spooky God. If you want to say whatever beings created the body, call them gods, then I'll accept that. But don't call them the God of all, the God who created everything, because you have to be a physical being to create this physical body, meaning that you are not out. You're basically the same as us. You just get a higher intelligence, higher technology. That's it. But outside of this body, the energy is basically the same. Knowledge is just knowledge, man. Like, it's the matrix. You can fucking boom. Now you know something. Just automatically send signals to the brain to let you learn whatever you want to learn. Knowledge is so powerful. It's the most powerful thing right now in this physical existence. Basically. Yeah, like I put that all in that video. To when you look at these animals, man, especially with the monkeys and everything, how we basically similar. I mean, it's clear as day that we have the same genes. I mean, that's clear. There's no way around it. Our limbic system is like a bird. Our whole vein system is like frogs. That's why we dissect frogs in school, because that system is similar to ours. It's a lot. You can just clear as day see that, they took animals to make this body, and that's what we inhabit. So again, you got to think about what the animals are and why are their consciousness not like ours. Like, silverback gorillas would rule the fucking world if they had our consciousness. And who would stop them? The fucking strength they have and the speed they have. If they had our intelligence, our consciousness, they would be unstoppable on this planet. We're not winning no hand-to-hand combat with no damn silverback. Good luck with that shit. That shit is over quickly. Weapons is the only thing. It's going to take a hell of a lot more bullets to put them down than to put us down. Yeah, we have mice DNA as well, mice genes. Yeah, the Planet of the Apes is all that shit is coded, man. They show you that, what that shit is about. Another deep esoteric series, film series. Like, all the information shows us, and this is like when you start really studying, you see it, especially when you study like you know, before humans, Earth. Um, Clearly, the Earth was here and it was doing whatever it was doing, and they terraformed this place. They give you that hint in Prometheus as well. They terraformed this place basically to make it inhabitable for us. So the powers that be, or whoever out there, they made this place inhabitable for us. They got rid of all the major beasts that was here from the waters and from on land that we could not possibly beat or would be very hard to beat. They got rid of them. The atmosphere, the fucking temperature dropped drastically because it used to be super hot on this planet. And it was made for us to survive here. And then again, when you pay attention to nature, nature is perfectly designed to benefit mankind. A lot of people don't understand that shit. Just the fact that, one, dude, you can't tell me killing a fucking cow or killing a goddamn chicken and eating them, like, what the fuck? It's just a coincidence that it's like perfectly made for us. Like, like who the fuck thought of beef and steak? Like, oh, we're gonna give them these cows, they're gonna get fucking so much, you know, sustenance from this animal. What else would be the purpose of a fucking cow? What would it be? If you understand, like, if a lot of these animals was left alone, they would overpopulate the planet. And it's like a perfect fucking balance to everything where we hunt them down and kill them to keep their numbers low, because that is good for nature, for everybody. We would be overrun. If it weren't for fucking the big cats out there hunting and killing a lot of these animals, we'd be overrun. It'd be overpopulation. It'd be ridiculous out here. So it's like a balance, you know, circle of life, we call it, with nature, where everything works. But it's so much that's in place to benefit mankind is here. We can't ignore that's its purpose. Because what else would it be here for? You know, that's its purpose. Its purpose is for those reasons. And we figured that out a long time ago, and that's why we utilize it. You know, chickens and eggs and all the stuff that we do is all fucking part of it. Yeah. Yeah, Earth is completely made for us. Trust me, for many reasons. But yeah, you can see that. You can see that when you understand like how everything was done, and like remember in Genesis, it's saying the animals was made first, right? And then God gave us basically dominion over the animals, for basically us to be able to do whatever we want with these animals. And it's just giving you that understanding that that's what they was here for us to do what we need to do with them. One of the arguments I get in a lot with the vegans and shit, you know, the ones who say, oh, we don't have claws like the big cats, so we're not meant to hunt and kill animals for meat. We don't have claws or big teeth, but yet we can digest and eat meat. We don't need claws and big teeth. We got something better. We have intelligence. Because if you have the right shit around, which, you know, a fucking gun that man created, that's how you stop a fucking big cat real easily. Intelligence wins all the time. We have intelligence. And like I said, you know, you have a big ass silverback gorilla that got sharp ass teeth and superhuman strength that can rip almost any animal apart, yet it doesn't. It don't hunt down meat. It don't hunt down and kill animals for meat. But it has all that strength and those sharp teeth for what? You know, just because you have those things don't mean that's your purpose. You know, it's like I said, we didn't have a problem with meat on this planet until the government took control of it. Just that simple. Been living for thousands of years on this planet eating meat, and until the government took control of it, and that's when everything started to get all fucked up. EA, my theory on what? If you're new to this channel, you got a lot to learn. I got over 1,000 videos on here. We get into a lot of information. Right? We got knives and forks, and oh yeah, Nicole, France is definitely like a lot of black folks in France. They speak French. A lot of Africans over there. By the Eiffel Tower is trashy as shit. They don't show the graffiti and trash. They don't show the rats. And France is like not what you think of. When you go down into certain parts, it's super dirty. But it's a lot of educated brothers out there. Unfortunately, a lot of them are Islamic. But it's still a lot of brothers out there that be out there talking and teaching just like the Hebrews do. And a lot of parts in France. I was there briefly a long time ago, but it was dope. Oh yeah, they be hating. Oh yeah, France, Italy. They didn't pick these lands for no reason. It's a lot there. You know, Europe. They picked those lands for a lot of reasons. But Africa is what you want. Africa is what you want. Oh, they're so fucking mad they can't have Africa. They're doing everything they can, but they really want the fucking entire continent. It's the best place on earth to be. I don't know what's outside the fucking ice walls, but in terms of the best place to be on the planet, it's fucking Africa. It's Africa. I mean, when you go to Egypt is so fucking beautiful. It pisses you off. It makes you so fucking mad that these fucking Arabs took control of this place. And I talked about that in the video when I was at Mina House at the hotel when I was in Egypt. It's so beautiful. When you drive through certain parts, it's so tropical. Imagine it's like being in a tropical island. You got palm trees in places. The weather is warm. There's beaches near. It could be such a beautiful place. But these people got it a fucking third world country, you know, a developing nation. I had an argument with one of these Arabs about that as well, and they were talking about how, you know, Africans didn't build shit and we're slaves and all this and that. We're just mad about history. And I had to remind her that Egypt is still considered a developing nation. Y'all been there for over 2,000 years and you're still a developing nation. How the fuck does that work? There's cities in Africa right now, but Egypt is still considered a developing nation. And your main #1 moneymaker is tourism. So you're making money off of fucking the ancient Egyptian, what they left. Nothing you contributed, excuse me, to Egypt. You contributed absolutely nothing in 2,000 years to Kemet, nothing. Everything that you're making the money off in that fucking country is from the ancient Egyptians, our ancestors. It's not yours. And people, they want to say, oh, it's our ancestors. It's not your ancestors. Nobody's going to dig up the bodies of their ancestors and put their sarcophagus and their bodies on display for money. And what European country does that take place? Where you dig up your prominent ancestors' bodies, disturb their final resting place, desecrate their graves, disrespect their grave sites, steal their fucking artifacts or what have you, and then put their bodies on display. Who does that to their own ancestors? Nobody. You're still discovering shit. Where's the knowledge that the ancient Egyptians had? You obviously don't have that, because if you did, we would see new developments. You don't have that knowledge because you're not from that people. And history shows clear as day, their own history shows clear as day that they invaded Egypt. They wasn't there before the Romans. So how the hell was you there before us when you wasn't even there before the Romans? How are you the descendants of the ancient Egyptians when you wasn't even there before the Romans? So I always got to remind them of that, excuse me. Yeah, that's what Gaddafi tried to do. Gaddafi wanted to unify Africa, but they stupid. That's one of the reasons why I don't live there. Like I said, listen, man. I cried so fucking hard for Patrice Lumumba because when he is fucked up how he went out, man. That's after that shit, I was done. They are sellouts over there, just like a lot of these fucking people here. They sell out quickly. For you to have Patrice Lumumba really trying to liberate these people, he was doing so much for them to fucking take him and kill him for the white man. Are you serious? I mean, it's the same thing with Gaddafi. These people killed him. This dude was like, it was so banging over there. Like the way he had things set up was perfect for the people. And all he wanted to do was really get rid of the dollar and keep it from controlling their economy. Same thing with Saddam, but Saddam was, Saddam's fucking CIA. Man. Saddam's already been in. He just kept forgetting his fucking place, and he had to get dealt with basically. But a unified Africa will rule the world. It's one of the things that Marcus Garvey understood a long time ago, back in the 20s, and he tried to get us to do it. And anytime you saw those movements back in the day to go back to Africa, those movements, that's because they was hearing about and understanding what was taking place in Africa. And if you have somebody with a business mindset like we have here in America, and understanding about commodities and how you have natural resources, how you can make money off of it, the perfect thing would have been to go to Africa and teach them that and stop, allowing them to be fucking controlled by the Europeans. See, the Europeans went over there, brought God, and basically used the same thing that's in the Bible on them, saying that God wants you to kill your enemies. These people aren't worthy, or they're not like you. They're your enemies. You need to put them down. We're going to train you, arm you with AK-47s and machetes. You go there and kill men, women, and children. Because that's what they was doing. Just like in the Bible. They just used Africans to do it. And these dumbass people over there, well, they brainwashed anyway. But they brainwashed listening to these motherfuckers because they gave them a fucking bowl of rice or what have you, and they fucking over there killing their own fucking people for this white man. It's disgusting. And then the fucking poverty still exists. These people are sitting on trillions of fucking dollars. Every time they take a step, it's $1 million fucking dollars on their feet. And they don't even understand and realize what they're walking on. And they let these people come in and just take control of lands. And Africa is so fucking big. They only probably fucking took out 25%. They probably just making money for 25% of the whole continent. That's about it. There's still so much untapped shit they can't get to. There's a lot of tribes they don't fuck with at all. And there's still so much money there. Plain and simple. So if you pay attention, and I broke this down, I think it's Saturn, Satan, or in one of my latest videos, I showed you guys what countries control what countries in Africa. They really divided shit up. And you can see who controls what and who is milking what countries in Africa. But if Africa came together, it would be the superpower on the planet, which would be black power. It would control and run every single thing on this planet. But they keep us from having, which is the main thing that Africa needs. One is unity, but two, a strong military. And that's what Africa doesn't have. It doesn't have that military presence to basically fight against all this fucking, colonization. Rowan, I appreciate it. Yeah, it's people who sell out so quick over there, man. And it's one of the things I peeped being there, and one of the things I was warned about. I got a lot of friends in Benin, I got friends in Sierra Leone that might be on here, and I talked to a lot of people. Especially when the Ebola shit was going on, I was getting a lot of inside information from people in Sierra Leone. But it's what happens over there. Those people will sell out. And you got to understand, man, seeing generation after generation of poverty, and you have a chance to be the one. Because when you go over there, they are like fake black Americans, to be honest with you. You guys see the videos. Those guys, they try to live hip hop. You see them over there with the hip hop dance because they think that's what represents blackness over there. Now understanding they come from a super ancient culture that they should be proud of. And those are the ones you see that's in the tribes that still follow those cultures. They're cool, they're fine. And it's the other ones you see living in these cities, like Joburg or what have you, and they're trying to live like hip hop, and they dress like that. They doing the dances and they walk around, and it's just destroying them. It's like the most purest, stupidest form of hip hop culture. They have really no fucking real unity. Everybody's after themselves, and most of the people who got a good job, of course, is working for the white man over there. You know, black businesses is very few of them, and then the ones that do have, of course, is in smaller, more poorer countries, and they're not making no crazy money. You know, they're not making no crazy money, but yet the land that they're living on is super rich, and it's enough wealth there for everybody to live in mansions in that continent. And it's like, you know, the Europeans understood this a long time ago and went in there and did what they did. But like I said, it's still so much untouched land in Africa that they don't want to travel to. That, I mean, where they're getting their resources from is more than enough. More than enough. So all it takes is somebody with the knowledge to go to, and you can even do it away from their shit. You don't even got to touch their shit. But still, they will try to stop you because that means you're going to come up. And they don't want that. Yeah, and they're super religious in Africa. Man, I argue with so many African Christians, so many Islamic Christian Muslims. I mean, that's African and that's just super brainwashed, man. Super brainwashed. Seriously. But you got to look at it, and it just goes to show how shit is. One, there is this hate that exists because they look at America and they see all these rich black people over here, or we look rich for the most part. And it's like, what are you people doing for us in Africa? We're supposed to be your people. Y'all forgot about us, and y'all forgot where y'all came from. This is the argument that an African said to me. And he said, a lot of the black people here forget where they came from, they forget their roots. They came over here, they make a lot of money, they forget about Africa, they don't do nothing for Africa, right? Then you have the fucking European who send missionaries over there, send white folks over there. You got college kids who that's like their whole fucking life, fucking bucket list thing is to go to fucking Africa and feed some starving kids in Africa because they got some type of pent up deal. So they fucking get with some programs or what have you, and they go over to fucking Africa. These Africans, they see these white people coming in with Jesus, right? With food, with money, you know, giving them water, schools, and everything like that. Boom, you have God. They look at them as gods. So when Abba did that with the Ethiopian Bible, and they built the whole fucking monastery named after him, well, they named the monastery after him, the Abba Monastery. That's what happened. He's a Byzantine royal. He came over there and just basically gave them the book, and they fucking gave them food and a whole bunch of information and shit that's going to help them out. And then they let these people take their church over and then, in essence, control them. It's the same type of MO. Same shit been going on for a long time. They control the shit. But Africa is the one that is like, you know, it's the key. It's the crown. You get your hands on that, then you control everything else. Yeah, Hoop Daddy, I showed that layout. A lot of people, it's not a coincidence, man. One, I showed you guys the picture of Serapis, and you can see at the top with the olive branch and then the eagle. That was in Kemet before it was America. So that's one. That's why a lot of people say America is Egypt. But that's just where they took the information from, was Egypt. So you saw that, the olive branch and the eagle in Kemet before here. Then you've seen the American flag, but it's upside down. You've seen that in Kemet, the whole shape, the box, the square inside the freaking rectangle where the stars are, and then you have, you know, the rest of the flag. That's in Kemet. They'll tell you that some kid made it up from a high school project or what happened. That's how we got the flag. No, they got that. It's not a coincidence that design exists in Egypt before it came over here. And the pyramid on the dollar, which they have not changed that $1 bill yet, still the same. You know, all that shit is they just telling you where they got everything from. TJ Eversoul. Nobody give a shit what you talking about, boy. You on the wrong page. Yapping. If you was here, then you would understand what we yapping about. I don't understand why people come on social media. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. What? 3 o'clock in the morning, might as well say. 6 on the fucking East Coast or what have you. Midwest is still almost 6-5 something. And people jump on YouTube and jump in lives that have absolutely no idea what people fucking talking about. Like, who does that? And then leave fucking dumbass comments. Like, that shit is so fucking funny to me. Like, you don't know. This is a channel. So it's like you come into a channel that's about nature, then asking why they showing monkeys. What the fuck? You ain't pay attention to what channel you turn to. Like, you don't just jump in the channel and expect people to be talking about what the fuck you want them to be talking about. You're going to be confused when you turn to any channel. That's just common sense when you do that with TV. If you flipping through channels and you land somewhere, you don't know what the fuck is about unless you talk about a movie that you already saw. So you don't know what's going on. People just be flipping through lives and shit and then fucking leaving dumbass comments because they don't know what people are talking about. Yeah, they definitely didn't. Like, all you gotta do is look at the channel and see how long it's been up. See, it's over 1,000 videos, and obviously we're talking about something that you probably don't know nothing about if you're new to the channel. So it's people funny. Yeah, the Ethiopian one is the ones that a lot of black people hold on to real hard, and of course a lot of Hebrews like to talk about because they want to be able to say that like black people want to be able to tie the Bible to Africa. So they'll either use the Ethiopian Bible one, or they'll say, well, we knew about the Bible before slavery, which is true, but still we're talking about the Bible being used or Christianity being used as an inception into Africa to basically steal the land from us, which they did. But with the Ethiopian Bible, they jump on the most. But as I said before, it is not the oldest biblical manuscript. It's the oldest illustrated biblical manuscript. That's it. It's not older than Codex Sinaiticus. It's not older than Codex Vaticanus. It's not older than the Septuagint Greek. It's not older than none of those. Vetus Latina, Latin Vulgate, Syriac, Peshitta, none of them. Alexandrina, Ephraim Scriptus, none of them. So it came a little bit later. But especially when you know Byzantine royal, that should give you the timeline right there. But yeah, they get pissed about the Ethiopian Bible. And I got a whole video. I broke it down on 1 to 17. I think it's 17. We get into James Bruce and all that. The dude just basically out of nowhere. Everybody's looking for the Book of Enoch, right? And this dude ends up with fucking 3 copies that he basically wrote himself. The Book of Enoch is like one of the biggest things people get out of the Ethiopian Bible. They don't really care too much about the rest, to be honest with you. But it's definitely not the oldest book. Excuse me. The Amish, I talked about the Amish before. The Amish got a really good idea in understanding the corruption that's taking place within the world. And they really took a hold of that don't be in the world type shit, even though they'll go out and sell shit in the cities and marketplaces. They'll go out and sell jams and bread and pies or what have you. But them being their own society separate from everybody else, they just tripping. It's just them creating their own shit and trying to be separate from everybody else, but also understanding how they need people, because again, they still go out and sell shit to us, and They still have to interact with us, but they kind of sort of got the right idea. It's completely wrong. It's a waste of fucking time. If they really sat back and understood what they was doing, they wouldn't do it here. They would just out of this fucking country. But and they would truly stay separate from everybody. And their religion and everything like that. I mean, all that shit is just off. It's wrong. But you know, that's their shit. That's why a lot of those Amish people, when they start to get an understanding outside of Amish life, they leave because they see how fucking stupid that shit is, and they really fuck out. Whoa, what's the deal? Brianna, what's the deal? Yeah, exactly. James Bruce disappeared, came back with not one, not two, but 3 copies of the Book of Enoch where nobody could ever find the fucking book. It was a myth. And he comes back with 3 copies after being there for 6 years. But they forget to mention that he already could read and write Ge'ez, which is the Ethiopian language. He can read and write it already. So that's basically what he did. And he don't give no sources of how he got the books. They just accepted them or what have you. But then a lot of people forget this dude was also a very high-ranking Mason. So yeah, you know, put it all together, you can see what happened. It's one of the biggest esoteric books in existence, the Book of Enoch, and it's definitely a book you got to read. But we got into the Book of Enoch. Yep, the great work, D. Griff, you already know. Exactly. Like, how the fuck you let that shit slide? Like, when you understand everything that was, all the details around it, like, how the fuck you let it slide? There's no fucking way. Like, there's no way you can look at how everything came about and let that shit go. It's just, what? It don't make sense. It don't fit. So, you had one dude already bring forth a book, and I think it was him, if I'm not mistaken, who already got caught with their hands in a cookie jar with a fake book. And then all of a sudden, and I think that was the reason why he went out there to try to find the real copies, and he couldn't find them because they didn't exist. And this dude just basically made up his own copy. Took him 6 years to do it. Yeah, they give you that creation of the white man. That is, you know, I broke that down with Keith Chang, the mutation. And the whole thing with that is, was it a natural mutation or was it something that was done? And to me, clear as day, it was something that was done and done for a reason. And I broke all that down. So that's one of the biggest things to understand and know about, that these people didn't come into existence as a result of evolution or because of some super code. This was supposed to happen. Yeah, man, so many people ask me this mermaid question, man. And it's like, to be honest, I have no idea. And who knows what could have possibly existed a long time ago. But we do have very old, ancient fucking statues and carvings of half snake, half men, And that's something to think about because it's like, you know, again, it's no TV. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking this something that's like, how would you even come up with that concept unless it's something that you've seen? I mean, we got imaginations, but damn. So that's something to think about. But as far as like mermaids and mermen, like who fucking knows? There was a lot of shit on this planet a long time ago, and it's not here no more. A lot of shit died out, and not just that. As I said before, I believe the planet is bigger than what we see, or where we can go and travel, and who knows what's outside of those ice walls, what could possibly be there. So there's no doubt in my mind what we know as the world is wrong. You know, as far as the map, that's fucking wrong. There's no way outside of that. The fact that they don't explain it to us correctly, and then all you got to do is pay attention when you fly in certain places. If you've flown all over the world, and I've flown just about everywhere, then you can kind of see it. I mean, they fucking show you on the map. I was shocked about that part too, because on the fucking map, when I'm on the plane, it's showing us the flight path. I'm like, why the fuck would they do that? Because the flight path they showed us, it's a flat Earth. There's no way around it. Like I said, we coming in. If we flying from fucking Sweden to New York, why the fuck are we coming from Canada? Think about that. Look at the map, and then tell me why we coming from Canada. It don't make sense. So it's like it's the dumbest shit I ever seen. And I didn't feel the plane make a fucking C curve to come back into New York. It was a fucking straight flight. It only works if you take a globe and push it down, as I said earlier. It's the only way that works. So, like, who fucking knows, man? Like I said, this place is definitely not what they're telling us it is, and we can prove that. Who's that? Floasis. I have no idea. If I don't know if I have the email. If you email me, I'm pretty sure I got it. What was your question? Let me see. Let me check my email. I might have already replied to it. A on Beast Coast, if you're on here, I got you. Let's see. Yeah, the link is in the description. So if you want to grab for the society after tomorrow, then I'll send you a link. I'll send you a link to your email. But the link is in the description. You can go ahead and grab it right now. And again, like everybody who grabbed it already, you guys this week are going to be getting the final email, the email confirmation with all the information. You guys are getting it this week. Again, I got to do NDAs for everybody. Everybody have to be different, specific. So I got to do NDAs for everybody. It's going to ask you some questions. You answer those questions because if you're married, it's a different type of NDA. Yeah, so we'll get all that out the way this week, and you guys will get those emails this week so we can get the people in that's getting in. Like I said, there's a lot of people who did not get in. And if you're on here and you got a refund for a reason. So, yeah, like I said, not everybody's going to get in. If you get a refund, then you're not in. So I appreciate everybody who jumped on. Again, that's one of the reasons why I want to do the society. You got all these fucking boo-boos jumping on here. The link is in the description. Brianna, nope. I know. I heard of it. I haven't read it. I can't wait to go to the Cairo, the new museum in Egypt. So I'm trying to hold off for as long as I can, but I'll be going there as soon as possible. If you guys, they just released like a big promo for it. I mean, it's huge. It's the biggest museum in the world now. It's amazing though. They did a good fucking job. It's beautiful. It's crazy. But again, it's full of a bunch of fucking stolen artifacts, of course. Shit they took from our ancestors, our people. But the museum is good knowledge, good to walk around and see for yourself. A lot of people thought, when we was talking about Serapis, excuse me, a lot of those Christians thought we just made them up. I had so many Christians email me and tell me when I showed you guys that relief, that damn, they didn't think he was real. They thought it was some bullshit. A lot of people thought we really made, oh, Serapis Christos, I just came up with that shit to try to talk down. A lot of people didn't believe in it. So when I fucking showed people the actual fucking statues and the reliefs that I took the pictures of myself, that really helped a lot of people come out of Christianity. A lot of those people said, damn, it was the Serapis relief that did it for me. I was done with Jesus after that. So it's a lot of shit. So going over there helps. It gives you a lot more insight into what's going on. You can see a lot. I mean, just the Greco-Roman section alone, especially just the Greek section, just in a regular Cairo museum, is enough to show you exactly what they did. Again, before Kemet fell, you do not see no Greeks or find a Greek statue of them dressing like the ancient Egyptians. You only see that during conquest. So the whole notion that the white man was there before, you know, it was a white civilization is bullshit. Where? You don't see no statues. They clearly depicted themselves different. Ptolemy, you can see clear as day that white face with the statue. I've seen it. I took a picture of it in the Cairo Museum. So it's like, okay, if y'all had your own culture and all this shit was going on, why the fuck, soon as y'all take over Kemet, y'all start copying this shit, dressing like them and everything? So I showed you guys all that. But it's good to go over there and see that so you guys can see what took place and what really was going on over there. We definitely going there. We're going to do a trip with the society. Yeah, people still think that it's fucking Caesar Borgata and all this other shit. Google will tell you clear as day they got the image of Jesus Christ from Serapis. And that's clear. You can see that shit. I showed you guys the relief. So my whole point in showing that was to show that before Jesus was created, they was trying to get us to worship God as a white man or God in their image before that. And it failed then, and it's going on now. So different type of indoctrination had to take place. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to get up out of here for a little bit. I'll get up early. A lot to do tomorrow. But I appreciate you guys coming on and staying up. We'll be back on live a little earlier tomorrow. We'll probably do another 2. We did a live earlier. We'll probably do the same thing tomorrow. We'll do 2 lives, one early, one late. But we will get into some information tomorrow. We're gonna get a lot more people on here. But yeah, make sure you guys go ahead and grab that for the society while you still can. I appreciate y'all coming out. See y'all. Peace.